What do I think about the recent announcement when it comes to Hedera? Even though nothing I say is financial advice, not too long ago, Hedera made a post talking about the Hedera Council, and more specifically, they were talking about a new partnership program expanding the council engagement, and we saw, right? Basically, there was like strategic partners and as well as community partners. So I think it's just a cool touch right there when it comes to Hedera because we have to consider the Hedera Governing Council currently has something like Google, for instance. It has something like Mondelez. Keep in mind, Mondelez, one of their brands do include something like Oreo. So that's pretty massive. And then also on top of that, we take a look at Cliff, like the Cliff bar when it comes to Mondelez. So yeah, just overall, I find it pretty impressive. And there is like more than that, right? When it comes to the council members. But I'm just saying, when it comes to Idera, I do like seeing this nonetheless. Now, granted, though, people may be thinking, okay, but in terms of the price of HBAR, what has it really done? Well, actually, in the grand scheme of things, as of late, not really that much, which may seem a little bit counterintuitive because the way I view it is that, yes, I get it, $3. HBAR is currently around 23 times lower than that. But at the same time, my kind of objective is to dollar cost average. So I don't know why I would find something like this as something that would kind of demotivate me. That's my point of view. Now, I get it though, because not too long ago we saw HBAR do pretty okay, right? I mean, I remember back in 2024, a lot of people were saying, oh, HBAR is not going to do anything and all this type of stuff. The market cap was hovering around, not really doing much, right? Around that 2 billion. Sometimes it went to around 4 billion type of range. And then in December of 2024, HBAR, along with a bunch of other projects, it kind of did something. In which case, we saw HBAR go to a market cap of around 12 billion, basically, and then we kind of saw that rally heading up until even January of 2025, in which we saw a market cap of around 13 billion. Now, as of right now, HBAR has a market cap of around 5.5 billion. So we kind of haven't really seen this market cap ever since 2024, back in November, which could be viewed as in two ways, right? I mean, the first being, of course, it's not such a good thing because, of course, HBAR is having a pullback, but at the same time, I actually did not mind dollar cost averaging when it comes to HBAR throughout 2025 and then also in 2024. So if let's say I'm seeing like levels I haven't seen ever since 2024, again, I don't know why I would complain about that because my intention again is to dollar cost average, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. This is just personally what I'm doing, right, when it comes to this. But even besides that, my point of view is that I don't think that actually December of 2024 was a quote unquote altcoin season. This is just the way you take a look at it. I mean, it was a better time for altcoins when compared to like 2024, of course, 2023 and all this. But at the same time, I just don't think that was an altcoin season. And also, seeing Bitcoin right now around 85 grand, I feel like, is that really hypothetically about it when it comes to Bitcoin? I don't know about that during this cycle. Now, this is also something I want to talk about when it comes to just the space overall, because some of my friends out there, they have this notion that once something goes like down, let's say there's a pullback, it's going to hypothetically stay that way. But in my opinion, who knows, it could hypothetically be different in some cases. Now, let me explain kind of my mentality behind this, right? It's like, for instance, let's say I have this t-shirt, right? Let's say it's like $50 or something like that, or like $20 or whatever. But I'm just saying, I'm just going to use this as an example. Like the moment I bought it, like, and then I use it and all this type of stuff, is there any way I can ever get what I got for this back? I don't hypothetically think so, because unless I became some celebrity or like a rock star, in which case, I mean, come on, right? But I'm just saying, like, unless something like that happened and I autographed, my shirt or something like that, then maybe, it could be hypothetically something. I mean, who knows? But I'm just saying, if I just used it, or let's say just sitting in my drawer or something like that, like it basically has depreciated ever since I got it, right? There's no chance that my t-shirt could ever hypothetically have this sort of t-shirt season or an altcoin season of sorts, right? Where suddenly, oh, it's suddenly going to do this or do that. It's either I use it or I don't. That's just the way you take a look at it. But then it's a little bit different sometimes when it comes to a project. Like for instance, I'm just gonna use like the most popular example right now, which is Bitcoin. I mean, okay, we take a look at Bitcoin around 85 grand, right? Is it gonna be hypothetically that way forever? I don't know about that. Because at the same time, my point of view is that, not too long ago I saw Bitcoin around 120 grand. Not too long ago as well, I saw around 100 grand when it comes to Bitcoin. So is it going to be like that forever? Is it going to be like that t-shirt example that I use? In which case, once it's like depreciated my t-shirt, what can I really do about it? That's my point of view. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to this space, even though, yeah, sure, as of right now, Hedera is around 13 cents and all this, I'm totally aware of that, but is it going to be that way forever? I mean, who knows? But I just kind of haven't seen these levels ever since 2024, basically. And did it stay that way forever in 2024? From what I can see from that chart right there, hypothetically, I don't think so. So then at the same time, my kind of mindset is that, sure, things may be a certain way right now, but we just don't know what it could be, right? Months later, I mean, it could hypothetically be in either direction, right? I'm not saying it's only going to be in one specific direction, but I'm saying it could be different. Who knows, like, what it's going to be a month later, 2 months, 3 months. I mean, I can't control that. The only thing I can control is myself. But then actually, I do like the fundamentals of Hedera because when it comes to a lot of other projects out there, they are using traditional blockchain technology, in which case, I am a fan of some of those projects, but at the same time, when it comes to Hedera Hashgraph, not utilizing that, right, in a sense where it actually utilizes something called a directed acyclic graph, it's a little bit different. People sometimes may argue that the aspects of scalability or the speed or something like that may be a little bit different. But then the thing is, when compared to some other, let's say, projects out there that do use traditional blockchain technology, a lot of them have kind of already done pretty okay in terms of the innovation, where sometimes the differences aren't really that noticeable. Like, for instance, right? If let's say I'm using a t-shirt that's like $40 or like $70 or something like that, like because I'm not a t-shirt connoisseur, like I'm not necessarily gonna know the minute differences. You know what I mean? So then if let's say, I take a look at Say, for instance, right? And then I take a look at Hedera. I may not necessarily know kind of the difference if I'm not like a connoisseur, if I'm not like into this space and really caring about this type of stuff. So then some people may tell me that, okay, Hedera Hashgraph, why does it make it really any kind of more sort of cool when compared to another project out there where the differences may not be that noticeable? Well, I think that in this sense, right, maybe like let's say an enterprise or something like that, they might care about this type of stuff because a lot of these enterprises out there, they do prioritize efficiency, right? They're looking for that minute kind of difference in which could hypothetically streamline what they're doing. In which case, it may be a little bit different in the retail side of things where it may not necessarily like matter that much. Like for instance, the difference between 10 milliseconds to 8 milliseconds or something like that. Like, is that really going to matter too much? I'm just using this as an example, by the way. It's no specific like figure, but I'm just saying, like that difference right there, is it really going to be that noticeable if it's like me, for instance, doing it? Like, probably not, right? Like, I'm not going to probably notice that. But when it comes to an enterprise, let's say that 2 millisecond difference amplified over days, months, years, it could like add up, But then I'm just saying, that's like for an enterprise. For me, like it probably wouldn't really matter. But then the thing is, Hedera, when I take a look at their governing council and all this type of stuff, I feel like they're sort of caring about the enterprise side of things. So then I think those type of minute differences may matter in my perspective. So then when people like to tell me, oh, no one's really going to care about this because take a look at, say, for instance, take a look at Solana and all this. I'm totally aware of that. Like, again, personally, a lot of my friends out there, I know they probably wouldn't really care. But then at the same time, in the enterprise level, it's a completely different thing, Sometimes my analogy is that it's a completely different ecosystem where personally, I probably wouldn't notice the difference, but they might notice that, right? So then when it comes to Hedera, I just wanted to make a video real quick talking about this because I didn't see that many people talking about this. Granted, it happened back in November, but I'm saying, like, I just didn't see a lot of people talking about it. So, yeah, that's just the way to take a look at it. And Yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's my thoughts on the update. And I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. It's Wally the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.